Hello, front-end managers. I'm Scott Moore. I'm glad to be back with you again this week. Over the last couple of weeks, or in this next week, your store director will be conducting meetings about our Signature Service Initiative with you and your store teams. They will be covering with you the key concepts, the 5 commitments, and the 3 actions which we commit to demonstrate to our customers in every single engagement. Today, I want to explain to you why we call it Signature Service and why we call them service commitments and why these actions are critical. First, Signature Service. Why is that the title? Well, take a look at this letter next to me. Who's this letter from? Well, immediately you knew who that letter was from without reading the whole letter. How'd you know that? Well, the signature. You immediately knew that was Peter Lynch's signature, our CEO. A signature designates who you are. Well, that's what we're saying about Signature Service. That these 5 commitments with these 3 service actions identify who we are. In fact, if you watch the video, Peter said, from this day forward, we are Signature Service. We are keeping these commitments. This is who Winn-Dixie is. In other words, we're signing our name. Every time you engage a customer and you keep the commitments, you're signing Winn-Dixie. Every time you demonstrate the actions, you're signing Winn-Dixie. Folks, from this day forward, these commitments and these actions are our signature. And think about that, if all 52,000 associates start signing Winn-Dixie the very same way, with these commitments and these actions. Folks, you're going to get a chance to sign a commitment card and sign a commitment poster. What is that? That's you saying, I sign Winn-Dixie. I sign Signature Service. Now, we said they were demonstrated with 5 commitments and 3 service actions. The 5 commitments are really critical to us. In fact, the very first one is about consistently providing experience that's fast, friendly, clean, full, and fresh. You've heard us talk about that. We're now walking away from that. Why? Because our customers said that's important. So why are they called commitments? And it is, I want you to understand that we use the word commitments on purpose. Because sometimes people say, well, I'll participate. I'm not asking you to participate. I'm asking you to commit. Breakfast is a good illustration of that. You have bacon and eggs. They're provided by both the pig and the chicken. Let me just submit, the chicken participates. The pig commits. The chicken provided the egg. That was their commitment. But to get the bacon, the pig had to commit. Folks, we're not asking you to participate in another campaign, another process. What I am asking you to do is to commit. Commit means that you have fully signed up. Dictionary.com provides us some understanding of the word commit. What does it mean to have a commitment? Let me go over 5 of the components that are part of the definition. First, to give in trust or charge, to consign. The company has given to us these commitments. They have given to us these actions. They trust us. The second part is to pledge oneself to a position on an issue or a question. In other words, I sign up, I commit, I pledge. The third is to bind or obligate as a pledge of assurance. In other words, keep a promise. We've always said that the brand is about keeping a promise. We're asking you, when it comes to these service actions, keep the promise. That's commitment. Not participation, that's commitment. And the last is to do or perform. It's interesting that the definition of commitment in itself includes the performance. It's not enough just to acknowledge that these are right. It's not enough for us just to say that, you know what, we want these things. It's absolutely critical that we perform. That's what commitment is. We perform. I'm not asking you to participate. I'm challenging you to commit. These 5 service commitments are how we sign our name with every single customer. Now, we said they're going to be demonstrated with 3 service actions. 2 of those are very visible and measurable actions our customers can see, and 1 is a critical action that our associates have to take. The very first one is to say hello and thank you. That's what we're expecting. Every single time. The question is, when should I say hello? This is the rule. If you could have, you should have. If there was ever an opportunity to acknowledge a customer and to say hello, you should do it. It doesn't matter whether they're in 1 feet from me or they're 5 feet from me. If I can say hello, I should. And I should always thank people for shopping at my store and with my company. The second is to offer assistance. We are expecting that we will be the individuals in the food industry who are showing that they care the most. And we're asking you to do that. And the third thing is clean uniform and name badge. Now you got to ask, Scott, why did you put that on the list? Let me tell you why. Because a clean uniform and name badge is the basis to get the other two. In other words, I'm saying I don't think you'll get hello and thank you and offer assistance without a clean uniform and name badge. And you're going to say that doesn't make a lot of sense. If you've ever watched the show on TLC about what not to wear, I have an 18-year-old daughter who loves to watch that show. They go to individuals who don't dress very well, and they give them a gift card to go out and buy some new clothes, and they teach them how to shop for clothes. They give them some new clothes over a 2-day period. They give them a new haircut and put some makeup on them. Here's what's amazing about those shows. Every single time I've seen that, the person gets to the end and they think they're a new person. It's as if they've had this transformation. They act different. They feel different. They go out there so confident. I can now have the career I want. I can have the life I want. Why? They got the right kind of clothes. Clean, neat, appropriate clothes. And their hair and makeup's on. It's how simple it is. People act the way that they appear or present themselves. If you want your associates to present themselves in such a way that they say hello and thank you, that they offer assistance, and they demonstrate that they care, they're keeping the commitments, it's going to be this, that they present themselves this way. Folks, you ought to be absolute, clean, pressed uniforms that are worn appropriately, that are tucked in, that have their name badge up here, and it's a clean, proper name badge that tells the customers, I want you to know who I am, so we can have a connection. 5 service commitments carried and demonstrated by 3 service actions. And those are signature service. You and everyone on your team are getting the opportunity to sign Winn-Dixie. I'm asking you to sign it by keeping the promise, folks. We're going to talk to you over the next few weeks how we're recognizing and rewarding associates for doing the right things. It's going to be a lot of fun, but it would only happen if you commit. I commit. I'm asking you to do the same. Thanks, and we'll talk to you again next week.